So these stacked up layers can start to get a little bit complicated here. So one of the things I'm going to do is lock that warning color track because I don't want to accidentally include it in my next step, which is to select all four of those layers and create one single sequence out of them. It'll be a lot easier to work with. So I'm going to right click on those four things and use the nest. So nest is just going to pack them all up into a single sequence, and I'm going to call this my intro sequence. And it's going to replace all of those with a single green one right here. And you can see where I was. I didn't want to be inside any of these other folders because it can be hard to find your stuff. I'm just going to collapse that now so that you can see that I've got an intro sequence now. And that's going to leave me still with my master and everything happening in it, but then I can just deal with one of them. So let's do that with the rest of them, and I can show you how we can animate this even after the fact. So I'm going to select those two, right click and nest, and this is going to be my places sequence. Not the only naming system that'll work, but maybe sequences and then the names, but just to give you the idea. Now we've got this one changing to this one, so we can do, let's just do a split, and I'm dragging it and placing it. You will see this kind of thing when you're dealing with sequences sometimes. It really shouldn't make any difference. So as you can see here, it's going to take that, and then that background is going to split and show the places in the background there. So we can also then apply, let's do just a random one here, pinwheel, and this time it won't place it right in the middle. But if we look at it, the difference is here that the animation from the keyframes doesn't happen until the pinwheel is done, and then it starts moving. So I do like to click on it, and instead of ending at the cut, we'll center the cut and see if that doesn't make a difference here. And you can see how it starts moving before the pinwheel is done. One of the things I like to do in those cases is I'll look at these keyframes and notice how they're in the middle of that transition. So there's one of the things we can do is just to push those keyframes over. In this case, I'm going to press the end, and you can see how it's at the end of this picture. But if we push it further over, then the picture will still be moving when the next transition happens. And that can kind of tie things together and make it a little more smooth. So let's watch this in full screen as it transitions from places. And then my beach scene is already moving.